Scopes here, bringing you gameplay commentary on the map Lockdown. Doing a game battles match. This is a 3v3 game battles match on CTF, playing some CTF. I'm running the PP90 with extreme conditioning, quick draw, dead silence, and focus. I got concussions and a Semtex. My role in this is to be like a support kind of Slayer or OBJ, kind of doing all the roles at once. A lot of people don't know what those roles are. Don't know a lot about competitive gaming in that aspect. Competitive gaming is like an upgrade to Call of Duty, I guess you can say. It's not like regularly going to a online match of domination or S&D, for example. But it's basically it's for better people. I'm not gonna say everybody who plays it is good, but generally the people you do play are gonna be better people. They're gonna have more experience. They're gonna have better gun skill, for that matter, as well as are gonna be better, right? They're gonna know like what they're doing. I'm trying to say that's basically my point. This commentary is gonna consist of talking about competitive gaming and what is it about, basically how can you get started into it and what can end up being accomplished through competitive gaming. Also, I'm going to touch on basically the roles of competitive gaming, like Slayer, support, OBJ, for example. Also, I'm going to talk about like different accessories you can get for competitive gaming, like for your controller, different controllers, headsets, stuff like that. But first I'm going to talk about competitive gaming. Competitive gaming is basically what it is, competitive. It's more in-depth, more, I don't know what's the word for that, more in-depth, more hard. It's basically competitive, so just like if you play sports, you play in a league, so you're competitive to play that game, not like you're playing outside in your front lawn, like you're playing basketball on your on your driveway. This is basically, you go into a private match, you go onto a website. Not necessarily you have to go on the website, but this is how the website gamebattles.com. You basically you find your match, you make a team, doubles, singles, team ladder, stuff like that. Team ladder consists of 4v4s up to 8v8s. Doubles is also 2v2, and singles is also, as what it says, 1v1 singles. And basically you go in there, you play matches, like you can play all sorts of matches, kill confirm, for example, CTF, or you can think called a variant, which consists of CTF and S&D. Also, and then you can do S&D only, doesn't matter. You can play on all the maps, or you can play on certain maps that are called GB maps, which are basically the best maps with like the best spawns or the best playing style of the map. Generally, I'm going to touch a little bit on how I got into game battles. I started game battles a long time ago, starting in COD 2. COD 2 is like, just play it kind of for fun kind of thing. COD 4, I got really into it. That's why we started going to pro circuit ladders, which I'll touch on in later videos, or maybe later on in this video. Also, I got really into it. Mod 2 came out. It was alright. No, I played it as well as I got really into World at War, but once COD 4 came out, I took it a little bit slower, just kind of played back for fun, just like I did in COD 2, but a little bit more serious at the same time. Also, and then when Marfa 2 and all those games came out, Marfa 2 came out, I was really into it again. Also, I kind of stepped back up. I played a lot. I played a lot more than I did in World at War and all those ones, and COD 2. And then when Black Ops came out, I did game battle still. I did not really go to LAN events, which events are on a LAN server, I basically say, so it's free connection for everybody. And 3 piece. But this is where I started going for the spawn trap. This is how my support player kind of works. My support Slayer. This is where I start spawn trapping. That's what a Slayer's job is, to basically rack up the kills, get the cutoffs. Well, support's more cutoffs, but this is more like Slayer's more like get all the kills as much as you can, watch the spawn trap kind of thing. But as well as the same, then when Mod 3 came out, how there's no LAN, and everybody's been going to Xbox, and Xbox, I'm not willing to spend like whatever, how much it is. Nice shot, Kobe. For you guys that don't know, Kobe is my name. Yeah, COB, why not KOB? But what's it called? So that I don't know. I didn't Mark 3 Xbox. I didn't want to spend, so I'm still on PS3. You know, it's fun. You know, just doing GBs. You know, maybe when Black Ops 2 comes out, I'll go to events and stuff and get real serious about it. But that's basically how I got into it. Generally, I'm gonna talk about roles now. Let's start off with the Slayer. Generally, you'll see a Slayer who runs an ACR red dot. Usually with sometimes you see kick, but generally it's focus or impact. But then the Slayer's job is basically to find a position where they can watch the spawns when the flag is pulled, and basically kill them so that as many as they can kill them, so that the flag carrier, the OBJ player, or the support player, or generally anybody doesn't have to. You don't have to be. Oh, I'm OBJ, so I have to pull it, or I'm a Slayer, I'm not gonna pull it. Oh, that's OBJ's job. That's your team is not gonna work out like that. You're gonna have to work as a team, pull the flags together, get the cutoffs together, get the spawn trap going. Generally, whoever's closest, that's what my team works out. Generally, whoever's closest to the flag will pull it. It doesn't matter, OBJ, Slayer kind of thing. But yeah, this is a 3v3, as I said before, if I didn't. It's 3v3. Generally, I play a 4v4. That's what everybody usually plays. But if you have 3 people only on, then obviously you're only going to do a 3v3. But so, going back to Slayer. Depending, most people rock extreme conditioning, but you see the few sleight of hands. Sleight of hand is used. Nice 2-piece. Sleight of hand is not really that needed unless you're going to be like pushing their spawn, which is more of a support player, I guess you can say. But if you're playing like the hardcore Slayer, the guy who just sits behind like a head glitch and spawn traps, then extreme conditioning will be good for you. So like I touched on support, the Slayer. Then there's also the support Slayer, guy who runs back between cutoffs and the spawns. And then you have just a support guy who just sits, for example, sits top hall in this map, the long hall, and gets the cutoff. Basically, them running, overextending through the white sniper building to go to our flag. Basically, they try to stop the flag carry. And then you have that's the support, kind of gets the cutoffs. That's what their job is. And then you have what's it called? The OBJ player was objective player. His job is to basically grab the flag. This is all for CTF, obviously. To grab the flag, and also in S&D you have the OBJ, the objective player. Sometimes grabs the bomb, or you can specify. It doesn't always. Most teams they have that one person who grabs the bomb for S&D. But in CTF, the OBJ player is basically to grab the flag if they're near it, and to bring it back. Also, those are just generally Slayers don't always run an ACR, but most of them do. They find because it's easier than for longer shots than running around with a PP90, for example, and getting. Slayers, you don't usually see any other gun other than the ACR. If you're, I don't know, I guess once in a while you'll see the Type 95 that nobody really likes. They think it's too overpowered, too cheap, kind of thing. But maybe the occasional M4, which I've only seen once or twice in Mark 3 career or game time, or the G36 too. I've seen a lot of people use the G36. Also, for the support OBJ, there's basically 2 kinds of support. There's the OBJ or support OBJ, basically a guy who kind of runs the SMG, who gets the cutoffs and also pulls the flag if they're near it. Their job is basically run to the flag, and if the other person pulls it, then they get cutoffs, and vice versa. If they pull it, the other support player would get the cutoff. And then there's also the support Slayer. Generally, you see these people run an ACR as well. Because the support, they get the cutoffs and get slaying, so they'll basically run an ACR as well. And what's it called? Generally, the lineup of a 4v4 match would go a Slayer, a support Slayer, a support OBJ or an OBJ. Basically, you see 2 SMGs and probably 2 assault rifles, depending on the map. If it's like a dome or something, sometimes you'll say 1 ACR, 3 SMGs, or all SMGs. Most likely, because of it being such a small map that people want the advantage. Like I'm a Slayer at heart, but I've started to come into OBJ more and Mark 3 because the SMGs in me, I like it. The SMGs, like here, look, I'm playing like this Slayer, I guess you can say, and I'm basically getting the spawn trap on them. And when they pull a flag, I obviously go back to help my thing. But then Obviously, this is only a 3v3, so there's more open space. So, like you can see that our flag area got killed because it's open space. So it's easier for players to sneak by, and like our player White Boy, he used in their spawn pretty much the whole time. And as you can see there, it's tied 2-2, but we end up winning this match, and I believe I dropped like 36 kills, which is really good, really good actually. Dropping like I don't even know if I dropped 36 kills, 32 kills or something, and then basically it's over at 2KD, which is really good for a GB. And that's all. We win this match, and I'll talk more about competitive gaming, scuff controllers, and enjoy the final kill cam.